We're live. This is the Comic Hall and Roundtable discussion. I am your host, Matt Odom. On the panel, we have Xavier Randall and we have Al Rainey joining us tonight. Fellas, how's everybody doing?
I'm good. How about y'all?
We hanging in there, man.
Been a long time since I've been on. I don't even know how to act no more. So, I'm glad to be back. Yes. Glad to be back.
All right, let's jump right into things, y'all. Me and Al talked about this shortly before we went on the air. This is something that has started to take the comic book community by storm, and that is second print is the new first print. Uh, Second print, has anyone noticed the influx of second print comic books are now outselling the first print comic books? And I think this all started, personally, I think this all started with the Immortal Hulk. A lot of it's down to artwork, and then who is down to artwork and story. Uh, I just told Al, this is a little bit of news for everybody who is watching. I'm in New York, so I got a chance to go down to Midtown today. And Silver Surfer Black One was released last week, but this week they released the second print, and the second print is outsold the first print. It's sold out already. So the only thing that I can take to it is the cover, which is a damn
Speckless.
good cover. Well, it's a damn good cover. Once you see the cover, you'll see kind of, you almost say, yeah, it's the cover. That's why it's sold. You got a couple of things going on there. But Al, what I mean, is this something? Do you think this is something, Al and Xavier, rather? Do you all think this is something that we're going to be seeing going forward? I mean, because when you look at the variant situation, this is almost like a variant in a sense. Is uh, let's put it like this: getting variants now with modern comic books have become harder because there's so many, and then the ones that you really need to get are usually the 1 in 30s, 1 in 40s, 1 in 50s, 1 in 100. One in 100, 1 in 100, 1 in 500 in some cases, and then of course the if you really want to splash the cash, the 1 in 1,000. Nobody's running for a lot of those anymore unless it's something that's really captivating. So it looks like to me the community has decided that, okay, well, we'll start going after second print books because one, you can get them at store price, and then two, there's usually a limited print run on those second prints in certain cases. Al, you want to tackle that one?
Yeah. For everybody that's joining us, thank you for joining us. We appreciate you watching. I think both companies are actually starting to step the game up when it comes down to just the covers in general. I follow Alex Ross on Instagram, and he has been doing a lot of work for Marvel, especially on their Immortal Hulk series. And his artwork alone is a reason for me to try to go back and pull those back issues, although some of those books are like $30, $40 range right long now. Um, we talked about that Silver Surfer Black just a few minutes ago before we got on the air, and it's a nice cover, man. I think a lot of it is attributed to the fact that, and we've had this conversation on some previous shows in reference to variant covers, and I know I've been very vocal in the past about variant covers and how variant covers would seem like it was just getting out of hand. But I think at this point, there's a happy medium now when it comes down to variant covers. It's not as much as, I mean, they're still on some books, they're putting out 10, 12 variant covers, but I think what they're doing, they're specializing or focusing on one or two, maybe three books that's going to have that very special cover. And they're putting all their eggs in the hopes that those persons or the populace are going to go out and get those particular books. I'm going to give you an example. Um, the Deceased, which is DC's version of Marvel Zombies, but it's a pretty good. It's totally different from Marvel Zombies, but it's a good read. That particular book has variant covers. The variant covers for that is selling out. The first variant cover that I bought for number one was the It cover with the clown on it. Issue number two, I just got this past Saturday, and it was Nightmare on Elm Street. And unfortunately, when I went up to Origin Story Comics, shout out to Origin Story, they only had one left when I got there. But as far as the main cover, they had like 10 of them on the shelf. So that's testament in itself that, you know, with a little bit of marketing strategy and the correct artist on the cover, I mean, right now they're striking gold. And I do recall watching one of the guys on YouTube sometime back, Comic Tom, was watching his show, and him and some of his guests were talking about second printings as far as the books for the artwork based on the artist that's actually doing the work. It has increased the value of the book. So I think we're probably going to see more heavy hitters come out the woodwork and continue to do artwork. Like I said, Alex Ross has been super busy with the Immortal Hulk. And you know, we'll probably see Del Otto, what's the other guy? I don't know if he's Italian or not. The one that did that Weapon H, what's his name? The one that did the Weapon H Hulk 181 cover. I can't hear you, man. I can't hear you.
Matt, unmute yourself.
Clayton Crane.
Yes, Clayton Crane. Yeah, man, Clayton Crane. Clayton Crane. Clayton Crane. You know. So I mean, I think, you know, if we see more artists like that come out the woodwork, man, on these second covers, I think it's going to be a boost in the sales on those covers, because apparently the masses want them. And the key is not to oversaturate the market, which is kind of hard, because I know for that Deceased book that DC's put out, I know for the first one they had at least 10 covers, but that It cover was the highest selling cover. So,
And that one in the Harley Quinn.
Yep, that Harley Quinn. You're right. Mm-hmm.
I hadn't even seen that.
I thought
And I
Midtown
didn't-
had an exclusive that outsold the It cover.
They had a hell of a lot of them on the shelf tonight.
Well, the one I got was it was down at Wheels at Comics Plus. But
you
when
know
I
what?
bought that one, he only had a few of them left.
For 90.
$268.32, man.
What you call it? I think Midtown. I guess it depends on which variant it is, because they had quite a few of them. I know they had quite a few on the wall tonight of the number one, and I think it was the Superman one was the one that I saw tonight.
Mm.
So it could have been very well been an incentive variant. I mean, I really wasn't paying attention. I really wouldn't, and this is not a knock on. I just wasn't intrigued by the whole Deceased thing, so I just never even paid attention to it. But I did know about the Harley Quinn though.
From what I understand, it's based off of that one shot that they did a while back.
Oh, okay. All right,
Like,
X, your thoughts on the second printings?
I mean, the way I feel on it is, I think I was saying it earlier. I wasn't trying to cut Aloe, but I think it was speculation. You know, it's a lot of times where it won't sell quick, but as soon as somebody throws out their opinion on some speculation, flippers will go buy them and then bump the price up, and that right there will literally set the standard, or set the demand to want to go ahead and get a second and third and fourth printing. And sometimes, like, if you look in the case of what was it, Killer Be Killed, where, like, was it the third or the fourth printing ended up looking better than the first printing did, you know, the red cover.
Mm-hmm.
So I think sometimes when they, like, you all were right, when they can be considered variants, to which if you're a completionist, it makes you want it. But another thing that I think that has to do with it is like in the case of the Immortal Hulk, and this is just my opinion, seeing him wounded so much in Endgame, people don't know whether or not how big he's gonna be in the MCU coming up. So people want to jump back on that ship and start getting the comics on top of the amazing artwork. You know, I too, just like Al, I follow Alex Ross on Instagram. I follow their auto on Instagram too, and the stuff that they're putting out is amazing.
Mhm.
So when you have those artists who's been doing great work, outstanding work for so long, and they're pushing their product on social media like that, they also enhances the demand to get more books out. You know what I'm saying?
All right, let's move into our second topic. Al, you're gonna eat this one up. I purposely did not say anything about this. You know, I'm gonna go on the record right now. It's been a while since I've, we had one of these shows where I just be bold and say some bold shit. Shang-Chi is going to be probably one of the best Marvel movies we've ever seen. Well, man, how do you know that, man? Anytime I hear Donnie Yen's name, anytime I hear anything that has to do with Donnie Yen, I know it's a win. Have you seen the actors that they're trying to get in this movie? I mean, this
Top
for a
notch.
kung fu fan, this movie is going to be something special. This is what the Iron Flop should have been. Well, you should go out and get you some real kung fu actors, some people who have some merit to their name, some people who have, if you have not even seen their movies overseas. I mean, these when you watch the movies and it's translated, that's when you know you're watching a real kung fu movie. When I saw that Marvel was pursuing Donnie Yen for this movie, that's all I needed to see. I don't even need to see a trailer. I don't need to see anything else. All I need to do is just give me a release date. We'll be there at IMAX 2D watching this movie, done and dusted. I am so excited for Shang-Chi. By the way, if you are a speculator and you're interested, go to the Dollar Bin. You can find a ton of Master of Kung Fu books in the butt bin, especially some of these, because you don't know who the villain's going to be. Although I heard, now Al, I don't know if y'all heard this or not, and I don't know if TC put this in there, but I know I spoke to a guy about 3 weeks ago, and he was saying that it's rumored that the real Mandarin is supposed to be in this movie.
I've heard that too.
Yeah, I saw that.
I don't
so
go ahead, sir.
yeah, no, I was just gonna say, I just, if that's the case, then if it's the real Mandarin, not Iron Man 3, Larry, not that Mandarin. I'm talking the Mandarin from the 1960s. Iron
Trevor.
Man. I know I'm talking the old Iron Man.
I'm like, that's exactly how you talk.
With
Yeah.
the fresh manicured nails. And,
Yeah.
Yeah, the French tip.
oh
You
yeah.
yeah. that Mandarin. No, but seriously, if they get, even if the modern Mandarin, if they go that route, the real one, then yeah, this is going to be phenomenal, and it's going to open a lot more doors in the MCU. And this may even, you may even get to bring in somebody. This would be a great chance to reboot Iron Flop, is by bringing in the kung fu sector of the Marvel universe, so you can bring these characters, these street level characters in, and reboot that. You know, I still say the Iron Flop didn't get a good run out. I think that was the most half-assed piece of production that Marvel has ever done. I mean, second season was better than the first one, but not by much. So, Al,
it don't take much to beat the first season.
Bingo. I mean, it's like, I mean, you can just change 1 or 2 episodes and it's still better than the first season.
Right.
Al, your thoughts on Shang-Chi, the master of kung fu?
Shang-Chi.
I'm gonna tell y'all like this, like for real. I mean, as with most comic book enthusiasts, I mean, I know we share a whole lot of interest, and martial arts is like one of my biggest like things that I really enjoy. You know, even before I knew about Wu-Tang, you know, because this been in, you know, Bruce Lee, Gordon Liu, Sammo Hung, you know, Shoshi, all them cats, you know, Sonny Chiba. Martial arts movies have always been like on top. They were our superhero movies before the genre of superhero movies actually existed as we know it today. I saw Donnie Yen's name and I'm like, he's either going to be a supporting. I don't think he's going to be Shang-Chi because from what I've read, a guy that actually, I think his name is Ludi Lin, I think. They're looking at him, and he was on the Power Rangers. Which one? I don't know because I don't really remember. I don't watch the first one with your boy.
He was in the new movie.
Say what now?
He was a Black Ranger in the new Power Ranger movie.
Oh, he was. Oh, okay. So it's looking like they're looking at him. So I'm thinking, I mean, of course, that means that he has martial arts background. But anytime you bring in, you know, a Donnie, and I mean, dude, this guy, his track record, I mean, Ip Man, Kung Fu Jungle, Legend of the Fist, Killzone SPL, Iron Monkey. This dude cannot.
What was that? What was that movie, Al, where he body slammed that dude on concrete? And then
he was outside in front of a
yeah.
Oh man,
he was a sniper. It was the one where the dude that killed his friend. He went to go.
Didn't he?
Yeah, he did belly back suplex.
Yes, I know because it was outside in front of one of those food pagodas or whatever you call it. It was a fight scene. Yeah. I know what you're talking about, but I cannot remember.
Was it Killzone?
I don't know if it was Killzone. It could have been because Killzone had Sammo Hung in it. But you know what? Well, I know what my homeboys he know because I remember he actually sent me the clip. That's what made me go watch that one. But Donnie Yen is a phenomenal martial artist. He's actually, you know, done choreography, which I'm probably thinking of Flashpoint. That's it. He's probably going to be involved, if not in the choreography. He's probably if they tap him. I mean, because think about it. If Marvel is looking for you to do a movie, 9 times out of 10, they want you for the movie. You know. Yeah. So it's just a matter of, you know, terms, conditions, what they're looking for, what Donnie Yen is looking for. I'm all for it, man. I mean, this particular movie, I think it'll probably be one of those sleeper movies like Guardians of the Galaxy was because the average populace don't know who the master of Kung Fu is.
Yeah.
So you know what? You out there, man, with some people that can fight and some awesome choreography. It's a wrap.
You know, they could even tap old boy from damn, what's my show? Into the Badlands.
Badlands.
Yeah, they can tap. I mean, you can go tap some of those guys, man. You know, even him, he could probably be a villain. I mean, hell, he'd make a good villain.
Hey, the sky is not that type of movie. I ain't gonna lie. I'd be more excited to see that than I would a superhero movie unless the X-Men was in it. But aside from that, I mean, that movie, I think if they play their cards right, Marvel has a good track record. I'm going to go on record and say right now, man, the movie ain't even started development yet. But I believe that movie can make more money than Captain Marvel out the gate.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
Off of Donnie Yen alone.
Yeah, absolutely.
Out the gate. If they market that movie, and they put it out there, and they put them press junkies out there, and they put the right stuff in them in those trailers, it can make more money.
Al, this you gotta think about it. You have to think about it. The average Kung Fu fan is our age. So our age bracket is gonna knock down the door to see. And how do you know this, man? I just walked by a guy. I walked by a guy tonight. There's one that's across the street, and this dude had nothing but Kung Fu movies. There was a line of people over there buying Kung Fu movies tonight. So I noticed that that if Marvel plays their hands right, which I know they will, especially with something like this, especially when you got a budget. I mean, you got a Kung Fu movie with a damn budget.
Oh,
come on. I mean, come on.
Mickey Mouse money behind it.
Exactly.
No slight against Shaw Brothers, because Shaw Brothers got some awesome movies, but you got that Mickey Mouse, Goofy, Donald Duck, Simba,
Star Wars,
Wakanda Forever money. You know what I'm saying? You got super long money. So
Aladdin money.
Dude, you got Mulan money. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, you got that kind of money that, okay, so we don't make this a $300 million movie. What?
I'm telling you, man, this movie is going to be phenomenal. I don't even have to think about it. And I'm also going to go back because I have to toot our horn. I have to toot it. This is probably our third show. Go get Shang-Chi, Master of Kung Fu. We told y'all this.
Yep.
Did we not say this? We told y'all this like 3 years ago. We said, go get that book. At that time, you'd have got that book for 18, 15, 10. It was in Buck Ben's. I saw that book recently going for $200-$300 at a store. Go ahead, Al.
If y'all check out one of our videos from the Free Comic Book Day last year, was it last year? Because I know we went to Origin and then we went to Comics Plus. And now
last year. That was last year.
I picked up that Master Kung Fu down there for what, $20?
Yeah.
So like probably a mid 5 or 6 or something. But yeah, that book, as far as speculation on that book, is really strong now, because I've learned a little thing. I'm gonna be quiet, but I think a lot of times investors now and then sellers are really looking at where Marvel is this next phase. And I've seen that a lot of the books are trending on account of what's been happening lately. You know, Master Kung Fu. I don't know if we're going to talk about it tonight, but, you know, Nova's rumored to either get his own movie or show up in Guardians, and that book done jumped up. So, yeah, man.
I got like 3 copies of that book because nobody was buying it.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm looking at Master Kung Fu right now. A raw book is $250.
Crazy.
$250.
And I'm going to tell you something else, too, and I'm going to be quiet. I know I just said that. But as far as Master Kung Fu, I can honestly see that book go the way of I ain't gonna say Moon Knight potential, but because of the character being so obscure and the hype behind the movie, right? Even at this particular stage, I see that book probably for that grade that you see, I can see it going up another $100, $200.
I mean, I can see that book being a $600 book easily.
Right. I mean, that's just the way the market is right now. So,
and I can see Wu-Tang on that soundtrack.
Oh, the RZA gonna be all over that.
Yeah, I mean, there's no way you can come up with a JT movie that have Wu-Tang on the soundtrack. There's no way.
He'll probably sit there and do the entire soundtrack just to have a cameo in the movie.
Yeah, I mean, he'll go to run Afro Samurai. I mean, he can easily do that. I mean, we've seen him do it already. So, I mean, this would be like right up his alley. You know? X, your thoughts on Shang-Chi, man?
So, just literally off the rip, man. You saw how excited everybody in the group was just to see Donnie Yen's name on that. We already know that with him being in that movie, it's already going to, like Al said, destroy Captain Marvel. Having true martial artists in a movie, like, you ain't even got to have all of the budget to make a better movie as far as the fight scenes, like the Shaw Brothers did, but just taking that aspect and adding a true plot to it. Oh my God. Like, you get amazing martial arts choreography in this with a true story to go with it. Oh my God, it's the first time we're seeing anything like this. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead, Al.
And to add to what you just said, X, think about this. And when you said that, it took me back to Black Panther and how Black Panther went on location after they found out where Claw was. And the locales that they could film this movie because they have the available disposable income for the budget. Bro, they can go all out with this movie.
And they can film it in foreign countries for dirt cheap.
Yes. Dude, I'm telling you, they probably filmed 2/3 of it in Atlanta, though.
Right here in Macon.
Yeah. down there in Toombs County.
You know, they're gonna shut down the construction on this new highway we got just to film this movie.
Yeah. I'm a cheesecake factory.
Ain't nobody gonna make it to work on time.
No. But yeah, I can see that movie, man. I'm telling you, that movie, that's gonna bring out people that's not gonna necessarily be keen on superhero movies, because we all know somebody who's just crazy about kung fu.
What if they put Donnie Yen as the real Mandarin?
I mean, that's what I'm saying is that
man.
I mean, if you just think about the possibilities that you can have as him in this movie. I mean, hell, Star Wars alone, I enjoyed that movie just because he was in the movie.
And he ain't got to talk.
One. I forgot he was in Rogue One.
Yeah, he was the blind
Yeah, I forgot. It was good, but I just forgot. But
I mean, the movie was already good, but when you added him, I was just like, oh, well, yeah, I can see him watch. Just put Donnie Yen up there. That's all I need to see. Is his fight scenes. That's all I need to see.
And just how cool he is and almost everything that he's in. Like, you give him, if you look at what he did in the 3 Ip Man movies with the 4th one soon to come out, it's like this man could put him as a Mandarin where he shows no emotion and just go. Even when you go back to Blade 2 when he played what was his name? Ghost.
Yep.
No emotion, no words, just did what he had to do
to handle business.
Like, dude, the sky. I can't even say the sky's the limit. Like the whatever Captain Marvel is at right now, that's the limit. Like all of the quasars, all that.
Yup.
Y'all bullshitting Quasar. That book, y'all seen that? Yeah. Hey, y'all bullshitting that Quasar book, boy. That's a hard book to come by these days now. Yeah, first appearance.
Speculation, man.
They still got it at Origin, don't they?
No.
Or did you buy that last copy?
Oh, I bought mine from Will. I bought mine at the regular at the long bin for like $5 from Will.
Captain America 2.
Captain America 2 something. Yeah, 2 something. I can't remember what number it is.
Yeah.
I mean, he finna upcharge you on your next purchase.
No,
I love Will.
Well, I bought it because that was one of the ones, man, where he laughed and I said, "Are you laughing?" I said, "Larry laughed at me." I said, "Y'all keep laughing," and then now he's like, "Damn, man, that's crazy." I was like, "Well, it's just one of these things where he's gonna have to Quasar's got to show up. You just certain stuff just has to happen, especially when you you're going. Well, that's okay, especially when you're going towards this route. You know, I talked to a guy tonight. When we were talking about the going into the cosmos, and I told the guy, I said, we were telling people to get Eternals. Look, man, I was going through about 4 weeks ago, and I was recalibrating my collection. Just going through putting everything in the CLZ app catalog. And yeah, I got it. Every book is in the CLZ app now, yeah.
Right on.
And so I noticed I had 3 copies, not 1, not 2, but 3 copies of Eternals #1. And I've got 2 at least high grade copies that I paid no more than $5 for.
Man, I got 2 copies from Origin, man. I paid $1 for one, and then they had one that wasn't in the dollar bin. I paid $3-4 for that book.
Yeah,
we were talking about that a couple years ago.
These were books 3-4 years ago. We were telling people these books are books to go after. Everybody was obsessed with going after the key books that were going on at that time. I'm going to give everybody who's watching this show that's a collector a word of warning. Do not buy a book when it gets hot. That's the worst time to buy a book. You don't buy the book when it's $70. You buy the book when it's $2.50, $1, 50 cents, $10, $15. You find the book at its lowest price point. So that way, when the news hits, then you have now bought a book at a profit. I can't tell you how many books we've all bought on a profit.
Yeah, true profit at that, yeah.
And Xavier has seen me do it. Al has seen me do it. Buy a book right out the gate that is a profit. Even when I bought Hulk 181 last year, I bought it at a profit right then and there. Do not buy these books when they out of hand. It's like us trying to go get giant size X-Men after they have announced X-Men for the Marvel Universe. It's over.
Right.
No, it's over. There's certain books you can hang it up. Tomb of Dracula 10, you can hang it up. When they announce Blade all the way through, you can hang it up. When they announce Moon Knight, you can hang it up.
You might be able to get a 0.5 giant size X-Men for less than 300 at this point.
I talked to a collector tonight down in Midtown. I talked to a guy tonight. Can't think of his name now. It was another guy that I met. Not Dean. Dean, if you're watching, man, what's up, my brother? Not Dean, but Dean knew what I'm talking about. He was standing right there with me. Talked to a guy tonight, and he said these books. He said if you can find them at low value, he said just get them at low value now. He said just get them at 0.5, 1.5, 2.5. He said because these books down the line are going to be valuable because nobody will be able to afford those 9.8s, those 8.0s, those 7.0s, those 6.5s. 6.5 is considered really a mid to high grade.
Yep.
It's not necessarily low grade. That's a mid to high grade. So if you can get a 181 at a 2, you can find one somewhere. Come up on one. A dude at a car shop somewhere, and he got comic books hanging up on the wall. People think it's crazy, but Al, you'd be surprised. This is what I was telling the guy tonight. I said you'd be surprised at where we find comic books. Costume shops.
Yep.
Costume shops. That people have comic books in the most inconspicuous places. So if you can find those books for little or nothing, then you go ahead and get them then. I know I went off on a little bit of a tangent, but I just hate to see people overpaying for like right now. Now it will be a perfect time to get Master of Kung Fu if you can find it at a low to mid grade. Why do you say that? Because the hype has not exactly hit just yet. Now, if you're in the comic community, you know about it, but the average person doesn't know about it. So you probably can go to a Comic Con and maybe you might get you a high grade for 75. Let's say you go to let's say Atlanta. I use Atlanta Comic Con. A lot of people coming to Comic Cons, especially in the South. I'm gonna give everybody some game tonight. If you're going to a comic book convention that's in the South, 9 times out of 10, there's going to be someone who's probably going to be coming from a small country town.
Yep.
That is going to be selling books.
There you go.
There you
go.
They will be selling books, right?
Mr. Marvel
and
himself.
You're going to be able to go get books from guys that normally have struggles trying to sell where they're at, and they're willing to come off on books. Larry Crocker, who has just walked in, saw me last year. What did I get from that guy last year? Edge of Spider-Verse #2.
Oh, you got a full deal.
Pennies on the dollar. Pennies on the dollar. A book that was going for $700-800. I got it for like what, 121, something like that. Maybe 120, 140, somewhere.
It was a steal.
Yeah, in that ballpark. Dude said, he said another guy thought it was too much. And I was like, well, I'll take it. Saga #1 in Savannah this year, $200, signed, first print. Dude. I mean, the dude, Larry was there. The dude was staying. I mean, I'm not knocking the guy, man, but the dude looked like he was, trying to sell used furniture or something over there, man. I mean, so they're out there, but you have to be patient and you have to know how to go about buying this stuff, man. I can tell you when we first started getting back into collecting, I was just buying shit, just buying. Then I started realizing there was a method to the madness. Because if you don't do it, you'll mess around. Like, I'll use Avengers Spider-Man #9 for an example. Me and Larry could have bought that book at many Comic Cons for $200-300. We could have, hey man, I got it. Well, we waited it out. And we talked about that book all last year. Me and Larry. Avengers Spider-Man now. Waited it out. And for those who don't know the infamous story, we went to the Savannah Comic Con this year. We left there, went to the local comic store in Savannah, the owner told us, he said, hey man, go to the Dollar Bin before y'all leave. There's some good stuff in there. And normally when you hear that, you're like, oh, that's some bullshit. Ain't nothing to know. Well, Larry went over there. What did we find? 5 copies of Avengers Spider-Man 9 for $1. You have to be patient, people, and you have to know how to buy this stuff. If you don't do it, I can guarantee you're gonna be overspending. I remember that year. I think it was about 2 years ago. Larry went to the Atlanta Comic Convention.
Atlanta Comic Con. Yep.
And this one dude had, I had to help him. I said, Lord, please, I can't let him go out here and go out like this, man. This brother had every book that was hot in his hand about to pay 40% over what the book was worth. And I said, man, no, you can't buy the book now, man. You trying to buy a book that's already the top down. You can't do that unless you buy some Silver Age stuff. And even then, you gotta know what books to buy. It's a whole bunch of folk buying Swamp Thing #1 that was pissed off. That's been pissed off the last month.
Yeah.
You know, but you didn't go get the right one. You should have went and got was it House of Secrets 92. You should have been going to get House of Secrets. Well, go find that book now at a good price. Ain't happening.
Mhm.
I could have got one, but I just went ready to. I didn't want to come up off of that loot that day. I could have got one at a real good price, but I just didn't want to come up off of that loot on one book. You know, I did that last year, and I just wanted to do it again this year. So, you know, that's my thoughts on that. Al, if you want to add in on that, Larry, if you want to add in on that, because I know I don't know how much you've been listening, but if y'all want to hop in on that, man, there's somebody out there that needs this guidance that we giving out tonight on buying these books.
I'm tell you like this, and I'm gonna give it for Larry. I do my best to have them, because although I might want a book, at the end of the day, the name of the game is trying to get the book for a reasonable price. Now, I ain't trying to beat nobody over the head, but I know that if I'm looking for a particular book and I have a ballpark mindset of how much that book costs, I'm not gonna get that book just because of the hype. I'm gonna look around and I'm gonna basically just do your research. But like Matt said, don't jump at the first thing you see, because especially if you go to certain cons, and if you go to certain cons where you have vendors from the larger cities, you know, some of them are notorious for that. They'll jack up prices just for the heck of it, because sucker going every minute, and they're gonna try to get somebody coming out. Like, remember when we went to the Atlanta convention, not the Comic-Con, but the convention, and y'all had the was it the Hulk 181s? The one book y'all said that he had overpriced.
Oh yeah, with 12,000.
He wanted, that cat wanted massive book, and I had to pull Larry. It's funny you bring it up, Al. I'm gonna give it right back to you. But this is a very good example. Guy had a Hulk 181 7.5. All right, this is the catch. I think you wanted what, like 4,000 for it, Larry? 4,000?
No, it was more. It's like 9.
Well, no, not the 9.8, not that one. I know which one you're talking about. That's the one we went last year to Atlanta Comic Con. Now that's the guy that had.
Oh, you talking about when we went to the hotel? At
the hotel, yeah. And that dude had at 7.5. He wanted about $4 or $5 grand for it.
And that's without the sticker, wasn't it?
Bingo! It was the green slab, and a fool probably would have bought that. If somebody probably bought that not knowing that, and you know in a sense, not the stamp, you really don't give a damn about the stamp, because everybody want to just get the book now. So you know, but even at that book is still not worth, without the stamp, is not worth that. That's about maybe a two. Now speaking in today, right as of today, 2019, it's probably about a $2,000 book, and that's pricing it mildly. I'm pretty sure. Xavier, can you check the chat room? We probably got all kind of action going on in there tonight, but I'm pretty sure that book is cheaper than that. And if anyone in the chat room can verify that for me, how much is a 7.5 without the stamp going for these days? But that gives you a good example of how you have to be careful on what book to buy. Al, I've seen guys sell books with pages torn out. You'll think the book is in good shape, but pages are torn out. So you have to check for all that. You know.
How long ago was it when we saw the 181 on eBay with a dude that didn't had a cover on it, asking for like 10 grand?
It was tore off, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was ripped off.
Ripped in half. Yeah,
10 grand.
The top part was missing.
Al, that is something, you know, we laugh and joke, man, but I'm telling you, that is something that is becoming more and more common. Dudes are selling half-ass comic books on eBay, on FeeBay, and they're selling these books at a premium. And all I can just say is they're looking for some dumbass.
They not selling them. They just posting them. That's all they doing.
Hoping and praying. It's like throwing a reel out in the middle of Lake Tosoki looking for a damn bass. Ain't happening. It ain't happening, brother.
Hey, you gotta take a shot though, man. If you never take a shot.
Yeah. Hey, this is true. This is true, bro.
Yeah,
y'all do say. Sometimes you're gonna miss that shot, bro.
Man. You ain't hitting nothing in the barn with that.
Yeah, Al. But I'm sorry. You go ahead, Al.
No, I'm good. I mean, you said it, so I know personally that's what I adhere to, because I mean, y'all know, one of my things is trying to, get the first run of all the Uncanny Volume 1. And shoot, man, I done come across not just stores, but eBay where people, they like overcharging. Like, I saw first appearance. I thought I had this book, but I didn't. It was the first appearance of the Banshee. And this dude was trying to sell
I'm laughing at X, man.
Yeah. Hope we losing.
Why you laughing at me?
I'm looking at your facial expression.
All I'm doing is, hey man, I'm just smiling.
You there, Al?
Oh.
I ain't even say nothing.
Right back from, man.
There you There you
All right. The last thing we heard you say, you were talking about Banshee. That's the last thing we heard.
The what?
The Banshee.
Well, it wasn't important, man, because Cox Cable cut. But no, I was saying, I just saw an X-Men, the Banshee. I think it was X-Men 28, and it was like a low
$200 for the first appearance of the band. Get out of here.
eBay, man. I'm like, bruh, no. I like Sean Cassidy, don't get me wrong, but that book, a low-grade book of the Banshee, and the Banshee is not even he's never been a major character. He's never had any major storylines in the X-Men book. It's also with his daughter Siren. Then he got killed in the Crochet.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
man. Well, imagine what that dude would have charged for the first appearance of Dazzler, man. If he charged that for Bench, what he charged for Dazzler, that's crazy. Yeah. That's insanity.
Well, it's like at that hotel, man. What would that dude charging for NYX3?
Oh man, that dude. Hey, so this cat had this cat had NYX 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, like first.
Oh,
first
I
10.
remember. I remember what you're
first
talking about.
10. He wanted $900. I was like, "Get the fuck out of here, man!"
Hey, look, man. Only one book out the whole set, man, worth anything, and you want to charge $900 for the whole set?
$900, man, is in the one book. He knew what he was doing. I gotta come up. I gotta get rid of these books that ain't hitting on about nothing. Well, it's funny you bring that up, Larry. Have you seen what NYX number 4 is going for now?
Well,
that book's going for damn near $400-500. 4. The second appearance. Midtown had it for $100 tonight.
Wow,
man, which one?
I do know the second appearance, man. It was like a companion book, but I ain't know it was gonna be $400 or $500.
Man, that book is going for silly money, man. Matter of fact, I think Comics Tom talked about that, if I'm mistaken. If not him, it was Key Collector. It might have been the Key Collector. The fellow from Key Collector was talking about it.
It wasn't Our Little Comics, was it?
No, it was the Key Collector. No, I Love Comics is like he's saying the same thing I say. That fella say the same thing I say all the time. Right. Buy these damn books before they get hot. Because if you don't, I mean, look at Kane the Conqueror. Y'all was there with me when I bought that book last year. $40. Yeah, Xavier was with me. $40.
You gotta try your best to get ahead of it, man. Because if you let the books get hot and then you try to buy them, it's a lost cause.
Yeah,
you know? It's almost like stocks, man. You know, you can't let the stock get hot and then try to buy. You gotta try to buy low, and you know. get
I
in.
mean,
Look
one
at
thing
Larry.
I saw, one thing that I saw, even at the Savannah Comic Con when Matt and I went, and last year at the Atlanta Comic Con, the dudes, like the vendors that didn't hardly have anybody at their booth the whole convention. Soon as somebody went over there and showed them a little love, they were letting all that stuff go.
Go.
They were letting it go. They were like, no, I can't take this bag with me. Please buy this. Matter of fact, I know I'm asking $30. I'm just throwing out random number, but $30 here, like, man, half off. Take it. You
Yeah.
buy more, I give you more.
You remember that guy that I bought the Batman comic from? That dude was like, yeah, man, I'll let you get them for $5 a piece.
Which Batman? Oh, talking about the
Remember
Detective
that?
Comics.
Yeah, you remember? Yeah, remember that one guy that was in the corner that we interviewed?
Mhm.
Yeah, that guy just, hey man, you just knock yourself out, man. I give you something off of it. And like Al said, you know, a lot of times you don't know unless you ask.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, I asked that dude about the Hulk 181. Hey man, what can we do? What can we do? I got you, man. You just, and then got the number. And that was it.
I remember
Yeah.
how I got a bulk of my Uncanny collection though, man. I remember the first Making Con, and I want to say it was a dude from Heroes and Villains, man. And it was the last day, and we went in there, and he was just like, "You interested, man?" I said, "Interested in what?" You like the X-Men? I was like, "Yeah." He was like, "Man, hey, I can't take this stuff, man." Like X said, he said, "I can't take it back, man. I give you on the whole box, and then I got like 300 to 400 like instantly, and it was only like less than $100, man. Like he was like, "Take it."
That's
You
a steal.
Yeah, you have to be patient when you're buying this stuff, man. I just see so many people in forums. I see people who are new to collecting when I'm in stores, and people are spending absurd amount of money on books that if you be patient and look, then you can get stuff. It's like tonight. This one, Dean, my man Dean, is watching the show tonight. I know you're laughing because you know they had a Spawn number 24 up there. Spawn number 24, 9.8 is going for about $2.99, $4.99. You know how much that book? You know how much that book? How much Midtown wanted for that book? $5. $5. That's how you come up. Buy the book at a profit.
Isn't that the first appearance of Angela?
No, that's number 9.
Okay.
Yeah, that's number 9.
Now
But
you went to the Midtown that we were talking about earlier, man, or you went to the different
I
one?
went to this other one. I went to both today, but I went to the one that I was telling you about. I was gonna go to down to Grand Central.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I went down there. That was a long walk, bro. Let me tell you. Woo, Larry, that was a walk like I was walking to Dublin, Georgia. I was like, man, Lord, where's this store at? Bro, I walked down there and made it. I was like, thank God, here it is. I got to buy something just because I walked all the way over here. I was like, damn,
man.
that was a long 4 or 5 miles. Now I was like, golly. But I got over there, man. In the rain. I walked over there in the rain.
Oh man.
Well, that's dedication.
Well, I had to go. I wanted to go. I told Larry, I was like, I got to go to Grand Central Station.
Was it better than the other one?
It's actually worse. It's because it's on the one flat level.
Okay.
In there. But it's like I was telling Al before we started the show. The interesting thing about about that location is they have a lot more older books in there than they do at the other one. The other one has a lot of modern stuff, but this one had a lot more older books. You know, so it kind of evened itself out. But there's a third one. Somebody told me tonight. He said, "Oh, we got another one downtown." I was like, "Downtown." So when I come back in October, I'll go to that one. That'll be the only one I'll go to is that one, and I can see how big that one is.
Did you hit a Bulletproof or you going?
Man, let me tell you something, man. I wanted to go to Bulletproof, man, but I had to go over the bridge. And when I looked at Atlanta traffic, when I looked at New York traffic, and I looked on there and saw how long it would take me to get over there, it would take me an hour and a half just to go over the bridge. Subway, an hour to get over there. On the subway to go over to Brooklyn. So I was like, no, I just have to catch them on the rebound. That'll be the first thing I do when I get back in October is to go straight to the Bulletproof. And there's some other shops, man. I saw one shop online. This dude has a warehouse, a literal warehouse of comic books. You just go in warehouse, just take off the top of the long box and just go. Just imagine how it used to be when we used to go to Will's old spot and it's a whole warehouse, a whole building that's dedicated to that. Toys and stuff like that. And that's the place to go to. Them the places to go to find books.
Yeah, back in the day before Diamond took over, that's pretty much how it was. When those comic books, man, you ordered that stuff out of comic books. A lot of the like DC and Marvel would just distribute comic books to those large warehouses in New York, and that's what most of them. Like if you go into a lot of them older books and you look at those ads, most of those places was in New York.
Yep.
Big warehouse.
Yep. So, and that's what the guy was, Dean was asking me, and he was like, "Well, how do y'all find this stuff?" And I said, "Well, man, you have to think unconventional. You can't go to the hot store like Midtown. You can't go, I'm going over to Midtown. That ain't gonna work because everybody going to Midtown.
Right.
You have to go outside. I told myself, you got to go to the Buffalo, New York. You got to go to the country. I know there's country in New York. So you got to go to the country. You got to go to the flea market that's in the country. And you got to go to those spots that people
go to that hole in the wall.
Hole in the wall. Not that spot that me and Al went to in Stockbridge. That shit show. I can't think of the name of that place. that place was ridiculous. But a book nook, a spot like that, those are spots where you're gonna find books, man. I found more keys in the book nook than I think I found anywhere. Because they just get those books. I mean, people trading in, they price them at decent value, and I mean, in and out. I mean, all of us has come up on books out of the book nook. Everybody on this panel has come up on a book out of the book nook. So you just have to find those certain stores that people are not going to. Bulletproof will probably be one that you don't want to go to unless you're trying to find some exclusive.
A Bulletproof exclusive, yeah.
Yeah, unless you're trying to find one of those, because they got all the Del Auto stuff over there. Midtown has all of the Jason Scott Campbell and Martina stuff, and a couple other guys. But you have to know the stores where you're going, and then you can start to attack. Start a plan of attack. But if you're trying to go to where the hottest place is, nah, you're gonna shoot yourself in the foot, man. You got it, and it is. And I would almost say it's probably gold up here because a lot of people here either take the Uber or take the cab around here and don't have a car to actually get in and drive to these spots. So there's no telling what's out there. That if we are like, oh, you know what, let's go rent a car, let's go ride, and we go out to the suburbs, we probably strike gold, man, up here. Larry, your thoughts, man?
Oh man, it's like I was saying earlier, man. Collecting is just about trying to get ahead of everything, man, before it happens. If you look at the movie speculations and all that, and wait afterwards, like for instance, Avengers number 12 with Iron Man with the gauntlet, or anything to do with Ronin or anything like that, you have to buy those books. And not to say those books are out of hand now, but if those books Ronin, man, you could have found before Endgame even was thought about, that was a $1 book. So I mean, Avengers number 12, nobody even thought about with Iron Man on the front with the gauntlet. It was just anybody who knew about Thanos knew about it, but nobody really cared. So now all of a sudden I see people on eBay selling that for 50, 75, 100. And like I said, man, just a year ago, or probably less than a year ago, you could have got that book for like a $5, $4.50 at any given comic book store out there if they had it part of a run. So be patient, take your time. You'll find a book that you want. Don't jump at and I'm not knocking anybody on eBay because you got to make your money too. But take your time and wait it out, and you'll get what you want.
Larry, we were talking about earlier. Did you get a chance to go to the store today?
I did.
A Silver Surfer Black number 1 second print is sold out already.
I know the first printing was actually pretty hot. So Marvel is doing something crazy with these second printings like that. That Immortal Hulk. at the second printing, the ratio variant was through the roof.
Well, see, that's what we were talking about earlier. Is that the second print is the new variant? it's the new variant. So you almost have to wait to see if they're going to do a second print, because the second print is probably going to be better than the first print. And that's crazy. And it started with Immortal Hulk. I mean, I would go back to it again.
I got all 4 second printers of Immortal Hulk. So
you got first and second print.
Yeah, I got first, second, third, and 4.
I mean, old man Dave had a ton of them up there.
Mm-hmm.
And Midtown had all of the 5th print down there on the floor. They had the whole run from 1 through 5 down there on the floor day. I was
like, I don't know now with not spoiling for anybody, but the last issue, number 19, I don't know if it's worth it to anybody, but it was the return of Harpy as far as Betty Ross. So I don't know if anybody want to go back and look at the original when she turned to Harpy in the beginning. That might be worth a little something.
All right. I'm gonna go ahead. I saved this one. I did not really done anything. Larry's gonna join the panel tonight.
Hey Matt, hold on one second.
Go
Just
ahead.
to add on to what Larry said about jumping on books and keys just because it was in the movie. Just one example, like Thor 390, when Cap first got Thor's hammer. As soon as Endgame came out, that book skyrocketed. And if you look at it right now, it is steadily dropping.
Mm-hmm.
I'm talking about steadily dropping. So if it is a book out there that you want based off of what you've seen in one of these movies, don't jump on it right then. After about 2-3 months, it's going to go back down to where you can get it at a reasonable price again. So don't jump on it just because you caught up in the nostalgia of a scene in a movie. Be patient and vigilant, and you will find it.
Yeah, because I mean, I bought that book, that Gauntlet, Iron Man Gauntlet. Larry put that in my hand. Was like, hey, man, buy this book. I think I paid like what, $2 for it, $3, something like that. The pennies on the dollar, you know. So, all right. So, Al is here, Larry's here. This is gonna be great because I saved this topic. Al, Rainey, the X-Men are being relaunched again, but. This is wait. But this is also after they're going to release the House of X and the Power of X. Now, I know this has to drive you and Larry Stone damn crazy because it's like every time y'all get invested into an X-Men run, they shut it down. It's like, you know what? It's like Marvel has somebody watching this show and they say, you know what? Al and Larry are huge X-Men fans. So let's come out with X-Men Gold. Let's come out with X-Men Blue. Let's come out with X-Men Red. Let's come out with X-Men Green, Yellow, in between, LMNOP, QRS, TUV, WX, Y, and Z. Let's come out with X-Men this, old man Cyclops. Let's come out let's come out with Professor H. Let's come out with all this stuff, you know, Omega Black, you know, everything. They even brought him back.
Run.
Hey, they even brought Omega Red back last year. I mean, let's just pull it out. Let's just X-Men. And so now Marvel goes, oh wait, let's stop. No, we're not gonna put out the more X-Men books. We're gonna start over. And I'm just like, you gotta be kidding me, man. See, this is why I don't get vested in the X-Men these days.
It's the MCU X-Men run now.
Well, see, this is the thing. Is if I guarantee you, and I saw a guy talk about this today on the forum I'm on. He said, I'm not buying a damn one of them. He said, because I already know what's going to happen. Dude said this on the forum. He said, they're going to come out with a new run and kill that run as soon as they announce the movie. And then they're going to start another whole run that's going to be the real continuity of whatever the movie is going to be. And that's what they're going to roll with.
That's why I said it's going to be like a 27 issue run.
Yeah. Look at Al's face. Look at the pain.
Look at some odd number that they come out with and stop and reboot it.
The pain in Al's face because he knows
those days of having 100 issue, 300 issue runs. those days are gone. I told y'all that a long time
I mean,
ago, man.
you right, but they shouldn't have an uncanny. Now we can
Hey,
again
man.
X-Men
Hey,
run.
man.
Well, but see,
Scooby Doo
Jonathan
is going to
Hickman
get ready to
did
hit
that.
100 issues, man.
But Jonathan Hickman did that. Jonathan Hickman went in and presented his whole case to the Marvel staff and said, "Hey, the only way I can really do what I want to do, you got to cancel it." I don't think they had any plans to cancel everything until he came up with his idea. He said, "But in order for me to do my idea, I need y'all to cancel everything that you got on the board." Yeah, you know, I was hurt. They canceled X-23, but you know, it was one of those things where he said, in order to do that, you had to wipe everything off the board and start over. Me personally, I'm excited for anything they do with X-Men. I like the powers of X, or because the way they're explaining it or describing it so far is that each one is going to play off the next book, and it's going to be kind of a retelling. One is supposed to be based out upon the worst month in mutant history ever, and the other one is supposed to be like a retelling of the history. So I'm going to give Jonathan Hickman a chance because
So it's gonna be like Rebirth.
I don't maybe for the X-Men, kind of like that.
No, it's gonna be like Rebirth, where
Mr.
all of the
X.
stories play off of one another.
Mr. X, man.
And so I mean, I'm interested to see what they do with it. But I mean, I think that, but you can't let nostalgia take you everywhere. You have at some point you gotta throw some new stuff at the wall and see what sticks. You do. I mean, you know, you can't live off of.
But they're not
Like-
giving it a chance to stick.
Well, let me also throw this in there too, because Al's gonna. I feel like Al rank.
Oh yeah, he coming.
Yeah, I see it coming.
I see it.
I feel it
Go ahead and
coming.
get my
So,
part out of the way. 'Cause
yeah,
I know
let
he's coming.
me add this too. I also saw today that they're getting ready to relaunch Alpha Flight, and they're gonna bring in a full Canadian team this go on. So that was. I saw that before we went on the air. I mean, literally before we went on the air. I saved that one too. I was quiet today. I wanted to make sure I caught everybody off guard tonight. I was like, I'm not gonna say anything about this or that or this. I'm just gonna present it as it goes.
He's had a good run, man, off anything he's touched. I like this Fantastic Four story. I mean, so I'm gonna give him a shot to see what he got to do. Anybody's trying to reboot the whole line, man. I'm gonna see what they got to do.
No, correction. Anybody that's restarting a Marvel line or story, you gonna give them a chance. That's what you gonna do.
Yeah, but what
You got so many number ones over there, boy.
what you're seeing is something that we predicted a while back. I mean, we probably go back maybe 2 years, and we talked about this when we were all talking about the renumbering and everything and going through all that. Is you're seeing, and I think this is actually on one of those clips that that's on our Instagram, where Larry talked about all these characters with these number one are starting all these characters that shouldn't be getting books slowly starting to burn out, and you're starting to see Incredible Hulk, Fantastic Four, if you want to say X-Men, I mean, you're starting Spider-Man is on a you're starting to see it thin itself out. Captain America, Daredevil, which I hadn't read it, but I heard that this new iteration of Daredevil is pretty damn good. Daredevil, and you're starting to see them go, okay, these are the properties that have got us to the dance. You know, as Larry said in that infamous clip, no slapstick. He doesn't need a book. You don't need a slapstick.
So they really are going Rebirth route.
Yeah, I mean, in theory they are.
Just
in
saying.
Theory, yeah, in
Because
theory
Rebirth
they
is
are.
focusing on their keys.
But you already knew that was going to happen, man. Especially in today's comic book cycle. I mean, Alice said it. All y'all said it. It's too many books on the market.
Well, as Larry always says, and this is gonna tickle Larry when I say this. Marvel knows where their bread is buttered. They know that when this Marvel MCU has completely changed the comic book game.
Yeah,
because
yes, it has.
I watched kids today. I saw it today. Kids were scrambling to the shelf to get Iron Man. They were scrambling to the shelf to get Spider-Man, Captain America, anybody that was in that movie. They were knocking down the door to get. So Marvel said, you know
look
what?
at Black Panther.
Yeah, Black Panther.
The movies
You
are
know?
their marketing for their comics.
Yeah.
It-
Bingo.
Right.
Yeah, that's the way it is. And it's certain characters, the newer characters, man. And I told y'all this also. Some of those newer characters are relevant. I mean, you can't live off nostalgia forever. You have to bring new blood to the table. They said Robert Downey Jr. said at one of his last cons that he attended before he left the movie was that he loved to see Ironheart in the MCU.
Yeah, he did say that.
Yeah, I mean, you know, you got not Kate Bishop. That all the steam about Kate Bishop being in the Disney on the Disney streaming service. Some of those characters are going to stick, some of them aren't. But you got to throw new blood at the table, man. You can't have Scott Summers being Cyclops from 1963 up until infinity. At some point, you got to change something and do something new. You know,
I can agree with what you're saying, but I can also disagree because a lot of times when you say that, they keep bringing the you say they got to bring in new blood, but they keep bringing back old blood to try to push the new blood. So it's almost like they can't do it without the old blood.
The code names are there. The code names is what's going to get you by. But you can put a new person in an old suit and refresh it. I'm not saying totally take it off the board, like Wolverine. I mean, we all knew that Wolverine wasn't going to stay dead for any considerable amount of time.
With the 30 different Wolverines out now, yeah.
Right. You know, Wolverine died per se, but then you had Old Man Logan. Then Laura took the turn to all new Wolverine. So Wolverine
Dark
was still here.
Yeah.
Right. Dakin was here with Dark Wolverine. So I mean, you got the same character just in 5 different forms.
Well, y'all better let Al say something. Boy, he finna explode trying to get that out. I see it.
No, I'm good.
Al, it's yours, brother. Take it away, Doc.
Well, while you all were talking, I was on my handy dandy CLZ app. And I just did a little research to basically review what the issues were with X-Men. Extraordinary X-Men, X-Men Blue, X-Men Gold, X-Men Volume 2, X-Men Volume 3, X-Men Volume 5. 36 issues was tops for each one of them. Some of them were less than that. Extraordinary X-Men was like 20 issues. I don't have a problem with new stuff. And you know what? Let me preface this. I've started to say this first. Dark Phoenix bombed. Thank the Lord. Amen. Okay, so now I got that out of my system. I do not have a problem with them doing new stuff. What I do have a problem with is it's sad, and I understand because Larry has he's spoken about this before, and I understand the nature of comic books is not the same as it was some 15, 20 years ago. We'll probably never see for Marvel, that is, we'll probably never see a book go past 100. In my opinion, I think that's a shame. But I mean, if that's the way things are trending now, that's the way things are trending. But my thing is, after I got into X-Men Gold, they canceled that. I like the X-Men Gold. And I told Larry I like the X-Men Gold. I like the Extraordinary X-Men. You like the other one. What was the other one that came out around the same time, Larry?
I have to go back and look.
Was it Astonishing X-Men? Because it was still a separate team.
Yeah, Astonishing was there, but I don't think I like the Astonishing too tough. But I know what you're talking about.
You like one of them, and I like the other. So Extraordinary went to 20. X-Men Gold went to 36.
Did Larry just say he didn't like an X-Men property?
Oh yeah, nah, a couple of them I didn't like.
Well, see, he liked X-Men Blue, but didn't like X-Men Gold. I like X-Men Gold because it was, pretty much the team Colossus Storm out.
Right.
My thing is, I started buying Uncanny X-Men, the Volume 5, I think, whichever one's out now. I like the story. I mean, I like the whole thing with Nate Gray. I didn't buy all the Age of X or whatever.
Age of X, man.
I did get a few books, and I probably end up getting all of them when they get, put in the dollar bin. But my thing is that as a fan of that particular property, I just get tired of seeing it being rebooted. That's my biggest issue. I mean, there used to be a time back in the day, and again, I know times have changed, and change is inevitable for everything. But there used to be a time where when you own a book, they didn't necessarily change the book. They didn't reboot it for number one. They just had the old artists, if they left on a good note, they ended the story arc that they were on, and then they allowed for the new artist to come in and finish that particular arc or whatever. If the guy, whoever it was, because I know some of the older X-Men stories, some of the like Rob Liefeld, when he was on X-Force, he left, went over the Image, and then I think Weiss was Portacio, I can't pronounce his name. He took over the writing duties of like X Factor, X-Force, one of them. I think it was X-Force. But I mean, it happens. But nowadays, whenever a new writer comes along, they just scratch everything and they start over. My thing is that I feel personally that it devalues the book, and it devalues the book because we are known to know that these books have gone on. And Larry, you know this: Volume 1, X Factor, Excalibur, X-Force, Uncanny, Astonishing X-Men. Even though it was a whole bunch of books, they still ran for 100+ issues. Those characters and those stories, they're going to still be there. And as an X-Men fan, I'm willing to give the new series a chance, but I'm only going to buy one issue. And if that book don't move me, I'm not going to get it. And I'm at a point to where I'm like, okay, well, I may just leave it alone, because when I got invested in this new Uncanny X-Men that's going on, when they brought back Cyclops, they brought back Wolverine, and when Frost is she back on the scene, I'm down with that. But then they turn around and say, okay, well, Hickman said he got some fire, he got some stank he want to bring. Okay, all right. At the end of the day, I'm still gonna be an X-Men fan, but I'm very weary, because whenever I do get invested back into buying the books again, they do this. And to me, I don't think it's fair. And one thing I want to add too, it's unfortunate that we have a situation where those types of books, especially with Marvel and DC, when they continually reboot stuff, when you have a company like Image, they got several books that's running in the 200s right now. East Meets West, Walking Dead's about to hit 200 issues. Spawn's way past 200 issues. Savage Dragons past 100 issues. And they keep going, and they have newer books like Saga. Saga was released 5-6 years ago, and that book is like in the high issue. So I don't think per se it's the issue that they can't do it. I think with their current business model and the way they handle things now, they're looking for instant gratification. And I've said this before on the show. All they got to do, and Larry, you tell me if I'm lying or not, but all they got to do is get some good writers that are innovative, that can create new characters and make the existing characters compelling, have some good to decent to great art between the covers. That's all you need, in my opinion. But I don't.
You're right.
I don't Marvel. I'm just a consumer. But it gets to a point to where it really starts working on you, because it's like, I hate to see that one of the most top selling books of Marvel Comics is they keep going through this rinse and repeat cycle, man. And for a while, they carried Marvel Comics on their back. All those X titles, except for maybe Excalibur, X-Force, X Factor, X-Men when Jim Lee took over, Uncanny, those books kept Marvel afloat for the longest. But things change. Go ahead, Larry.
I was gonna say, look at the Incredible Hulk. It took them throwing everything they could, sticks at the wall, until finally the Immortal Hulk stuck. You know what I'm saying? And don't get me wrong, the story is good and everything, and they turned it into like a horror title, but I don't think it's going to be around. The Immortal Hulk might go 50 issues, and then it's going to be time to do something different with it. I hear what you're saying about Image having several titles that are over 200, but Image is playing with house money, and they don't quite have the business model that Marvel and DC does. It's I can look at it like Apple. bro, a phone can last 4 or 5 years if they would like it to. But the current business model demands that, hey, if we're going to continue to make money and do it the way we want to do it, a new iPhone comes out every year. Now, you're going to have some people that's going to keep their current phone. They're going to try to ride it out. And you have other people that's going to get
battery die.
And you got some people who going to get that new phone every year. And you got certain people that's going to get the number ones every time they come out. And they're going to push them and they're going to throw out 30 variants. They're going to get that money. I mean, let's be honest.
That's where they're getting the money from, is the variants, not the storyline. Yeah.
The name of the game at this point is money, cash money. But the stories, don't get me wrong, the stories are byproducts, and to me, they made some good stories. I like most of the X-Men stories they've thrown out, but I try to detach myself from those days where the first Jim Lee run, X-Men 1 through 10, to me probably won't be touched again. But you have to detach yourself from that. And I'll give another reference. To me, it's almost like when you hear an artist or in music, the first time you hear it, that you tend to say that their next project is not as good because the first time you heard the artist, it gave you a feeling. And that feeling is never going to be replicated again in your brain. You know what I'm saying? Not saying that the next work they do is not great, but you're always going to tend to compare it to the first time you heard it. And I think that's how some books are, man. Like the first time you saw that run or that Uncanny run, it was a great run. It was, but that run is over. So now you got to look and see what they're going to do with the characters from there. You got to see how they're going to build upon the character from that point going forward. And that's how I tend to look at it. I enjoy X-Men Blue. I enjoy Gold. I don't think I liked Astonishing very much. I didn't like Extraordinary very much either. But most of the things they've done, I've liked, and I love what when they remade Cyclops. That was one of my favorite characters ever. When he put on the red suit and became Magneto, basically, that was a turn for that character that needed to be done a long time ago. But you have to take certain things and not be scared. Hydra Cap, I think, man, if they hadn't been into the pressure, I think Captain America could have been the bad guy that the Marvel Universe needed. He knew everything about every possible hero in the Marvel Universe. They could have drugged their story for a long time.
I agree with that.
You know what I'm saying? But it's just certain things that people got bent out of shape about for no reason. I mean, but you can't be scared to play with your big characters. You can't be scared to do what you need to do in order to push them forward.
But
go ahead.
Hold on. With that though, why kill a run instead of just doing the offshoot and then seeing like if that works? Now you can tie it back in to the story that they previously had.
I'll tell you why. Because they got to release the number one. They got to release that variant. They got to release the 1 in 100. They got to release the 20, the 1 in 20. They got to release the 1 of 1. They got to release the. That's why.
I get that. But like when you throwing, like as Larry was saying, throwing sticks at the wall and then throwing to see what sticks, those offshoots can be the one that can be their tester. Don't just kill it and start all over.
But technically, they're not really killing it. I look at the X-23 run. The last X-23 run ended with introducing Gabby. The new X-23 run built upon the relationship between Gabby and Laura. You know what I'm saying? So it's not like they killed everything. They technically picked up where it left off. They just say, okay, what we'll do, like Matt say, all right, what we're going to do at this point, it's a new person coming on to tell their story. We're going to give it a number one. We're going to make a little money just in case, something happens here. We're going to get a little money off these first couple of issues. And if it dies down, we got what we wanted out of it and we keep going.
Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but because I like Black Panther, but I don't read it. I'm not a Black Panther fan like TC is, you know what I'm saying? But with those runs, they will start from scratch, correct?
Well, Black Panther, man, from what and I'm glad TC is on the show, but man, for what they did with Black Panther, man, like, and I tried the new run, where they put him in outer space. I don't know about that one, but I tried it, and I was like, I don't know about that one. I don't even know if the movie could carry that one, man. But hey,
Black Panther is space. I got you. I understand what you're saying, and I agree with what you're saying, Larry. I do. My biggest gripe with Marvel when it comes down to X-Men, like I said, is the fact that Well, I mean, it's with that with the majority of the books, and y'all know, I try to give Marvel some money because Marvel, that's my boys. That's what I grew up reading, you know. But I just get tired of the same old when it comes down to them not necessarily introducing new stuff. Because, like I said, I like what they were doing with Uncanny, the new Uncanny.
Mm-hmm.
I like what they were doing with Extraordinary. I like what they were doing with X-Men Gold. But it's just like X said, okay, all right, it's time to cut it down. We about to get Leroy Jenkins in here. We're gonna get him. So, you know, we're gonna cut it off. So the plans y'all have with Colossus getting a second mutation and turning into like a 40-foot giant, that we're gonna scratch that, and we're gonna let Leroy come in here, and we can make Psylocke a black female from Putnam County. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the kind of stuff that bothers me. But I mean, I'm always gonna be an X-Men fan, and if I find a book or a medium for a particular book, like I did with Uncanny, because you know, I was telling you, Larry, in the group, that the book was good because you know you weren't buying it.
Yeah,
I enjoyed the book, but I'm like, y'all about to cancel it. This story arc that's going on now is about to end. I just hope Hickman can bring it. Now, I wasn't too keen on his run on that Secret Wars. I think that book was actually the last few issues was rushed because I think it was supposed to only go like 8 issues, and I think they pushed it out to like 9 or 10 or something, and then it got delayed. But I mean, he's a fairly solid writer. This is my thing, and I'm gonna be done with it. I hope that whatever he has planned for the X-Men when he starts his whole run, I hope that was worth them and Marvel saying y'all need to cancel Uncanny. Because if not, I will find him.
I'm gonna say something shocking to X, man. I think one of the books right now, man, that has continuity from beginning to end and it's gone is the Batman series. What they've done right now with that Batman series, tying everything from issue 1 up until now,
right,
is in this time is nothing short of amazing. You know, and kept your interest. How they untied Bane back into all of that that's going on with him and everything.
And they have lost some interest too, but they brought it back around. That's why, I wasn't trying to cut you off, but that's why I was asking why not do the side quest, so to speak, and then bring it back. Because I mean, I didn't have to say it. You said it. That's what they're doing in Batman. You know what I'm saying? So it's like the model can work. It's just why not try it? You know what I mean? Instead of just boom, number 1, another number 1, another number 1. You know what I mean?
I will say this, and I promise I'm done. Just like y'all just mentioned Batman, it seems like even with, you know,
and the Flash,
the series, you know, moving forward, they always go back, like y'all said, and tie in stuff that actually brings it back to
and Justice League, by the way.
well, it's 2 different Justice League, but I got you.
Well, yeah, you know what I mean.
Yeah.
But I mean, as far as it goes, man, you know, like I said, I'm more disappointed in the fact that they just not only put them in so many different books, but they just get them to a certain point, and then they get you emotionally invested in the stories, and then they drop it.
And they drop you.
They gotta reshape the X-Men though, man.
I mean, look at Venom.
Right. But they have to reshape the X-Men altogether. They're gonna have to see who sells, see who doesn't sell, and we got to focus on that. I think Wolverine getting ready to. I think in the next year or so, you probably gonna see another Wolverine title, a solo series. But I think they get ready to go ahead and launch this, and then you're gonna have your offshoots again based upon the characters who really brought it, you know, to where it should be. And you'll probably see a Wolverine title. You'll probably see who else? Excalibur will probably be contained inside of Wolverine's book.
What about Excalibur?
I'm surprised they didn't give Exodus his own title.
What about X Factor?
Unless they reshape the actual teams that are going to be on these, you probably won't see those exact groups together anymore.
What about Sunspot?
Shut up. Shut
Right.
up.
You just throwing stuff out.
Right.
Right. Right.
What about Black Tom Cassidy?
And look, and I'm answering like a fool.
Right. Right.
What about
Right.
Hey, let me just say this now.
Hey, he had to throw it to see if it stuck.
As far as that Excalibur, this is a prediction, and for everybody watching, y'all mark the calendar. I honestly think during this phase 4, you know, there's a whole lot of hubbub going on a few months ago, and there was a huge rumor going around that Henry Cavill it was rumored that he had been approached to possibly play the role of Captain Britain. There's been a lot of talk, you know, amongst the dirt sheets of internet comic book sites.
Yeah, he can do it.
Say what now?
He can do it. He ain't Soups no
I
more.
thought he could do it. That they were actually thinking about bringing in number one Captain Britain, and I think it's MI6 into the Marvel Universe to actually add the international, you know, aspect along with Wakanda. But it was also, and it's still going, Alpha Flight. Now, Alpha Flight, I don't know if y'all know this, but they just dropped, and I remember when me and Matt was down at Comics Plus, they re-released Alpha Flight #1, and they had, what was it, $5 for it?
Yeah.
I'm like, well, that's still in the dollar bin for most places. So
Yeah.
why would you charge $5 for it?
Because they're trying to put. I think they just want to put.
It's like True Believers.
Yeah, it's like, but what they're doing is they're basically, like I was saying, they're going to relaunch that, and so the best way to relaunch it is to put it in front of folks' face.
I
so
think
people
you
have an idea what it is.
You will probably see Alpha Flight, but you will probably see the modern Alpha Flight. Not you got Captain Marvel in the MCU. You will probably see her version of Alpha Flight. If you're gonna see it on the big screen, probably not the Canadian version.
Cause they're not gonna retro
Exactly.
Wolverine.
Do it again. Do that again. Exactly.
Yeah, you're not gonna see Wolverine tied into him at all.
Please.
That's the worst thing they could do. I mean, no offense to Captain Marvel fans, but Alpha Flight in the comic book, I thought that was a Virgil in the NWO with
Curly Q.
with the eyes and Horus. You know what I'm saying?
The Disciple.
Disciple. That was the way, because I mean, you think about it. I mean, I know, and this ain't.
Hey, Xavier, the Disciple, bro, you went back. Hey, I forgot about that shine. Good, great day, man. The damn Disciple.
Marvel been struggling as far as sales, from what I understand, and for them to pair her up with Alpha Flight made it to me seem like, okay, well, we got to do something because we got to make her appealing. But I think, I mean, Alpha Flight, I think, has the ability to actually be the next Avengers team if they play their cards right. But I think that, you know, there's going to have to be some other sequiturs in motion, and that's the X-Men, of course, which I think at some point in time, Alpha Flight is probably going to be on the table. At least I'm hoping. But anyway, I'm done.
All right, let's shift gears over to something that Xavier should be thrilled about. Well, I'm thrilled about it, but you know, me and Xavier are two different folks, so he may not be thrilled about it. But I think this is great news. It was announced this week that the upcoming Joker movie is going to be rated R.
Should be.
Man,
Well, we all know this. We all know this, but you know, DC will find a way. They will seek out. DC finds. I talked about this in the form in the forum I'm in. DC will seek a way to weasel in and botch up something. They will find it.
You ain't seen you ain't heard the leaked synopsis of this show, of this movie, have you?
No, I have not. I hadn't really been paying attention to much of it. I've been kind of trying to stay away from it a little bit.
Oh
But
yeah,
you go ahead.
I'm finna ruin it for you. Do you know they're saying he's technically not even gonna be in the Joker outfit for no more than 30 minutes, which is at the end of the movie. Thomas Wayne is supposed to be the mayor of Gotham City, and he is supposed to be the illegitimate love child of Thomas Wayne.
In Thomas Wayne gonna be played by Negan. What's
No.
his face?
They were trying to get him to play Thomas Wayne if they did a Flashpoint movie.
The
Okay.
Flashpoint, yep.
But supposedly this guy, I cannot remember his name, it's Arthur something, but he's supposed to be like basically a stalker of his next door neighbor, and she showed a little interest or whatever, and he found out she got a boyfriend, and shot him down, and he goes crazy, and his mom lied to him about the whole affair with Thomas Wayne, and he ends up killing her when she's in this nursing home, and it just tips him over the edge, and that's what turns him into the Joker. I have no hopes for this movie.
So they
I love Joaquin Phoenix. Don't get me wrong, but Warner Brothers, of course, they find a way to botch it up. Like you said, this movie may be a good movie, but it's not going to be a good Joker movie. I would have rather them just go the route of The Man Who Laughs instead of saying the Joker.
I love how candid he is, man. I have no hopes for this movie.
I mean, we keep it real on this panel, and since there's no hope.
Oh man!
Apparently, there's no hope for the DC universe.
Man, I was just about to say Robert Pattinson.
Which was a botched launch from the beginning, because you did not have this on the PlayStation Network, where most of us, that's where everybody's at.
Right.
And then you did not have content, as Miller had this discussion on numerous times.
They didn't give you half of what they offered. They
did not give you content, TV shows ready to come out of the gate.
Right.
You could have had all this talk about Black Lightning is getting canceled. For what? You got a platform. Put it on it. People are watching. You got The Flash. Put it on there. People are watching. You got more emphasis on what's on CW.
That's because of the contract with CW, though.
Well, I understand what you're saying. I understand. But what I'm saying is that they're putting more into that. I would almost botch the CW just to put it. You know what? Let's just scratch it.
I didn't mean to say CW. I meant to say Netflix.
Yeah,
it's the contract that CW has with Netflix. That's why you're not seeing it on the DC streaming service.
Once again, this is why in the hell, if you know that you got this that most of the stuff that people want to watch is locked in over at Netflix, well then just wait till you get the damn thing lined up in their order. Oh well, we got to hurry up and put out something because Disney's coming out with their platform, so we've got to compete with them. No, this is DC's problem when it comes in the cinematic realm. They always
not to cut you off. Don't say DC. Say Warner Brothers.
Warner Brothers.
DC is not the problem. Warner Brothers is
Warner
the problem.
Brothers. Thank you. I'm sorry. Warner Brothers. Warner Brothers has to put their hands in anything, and when they do it, they botch it up royally.
The crazy part, man, about it is that I thoroughly enjoyed pretty much. I didn't watch the Doom Patrol, but
you watch Swamp Thing?
I
heard Swamp Thing is top notch.
The first 3 episodes, man, I've enjoyed, and I think the Titans. I enjoyed Titans.
Titans was dope.
Yeah, Titans was good. We watched that. The Titans was good.
I didn't like the last episode, but it was dope.
I heard Doom Patrol was pretty good.
Yeah.
And then it turned around. Oh, we're gonna cancel it. What?
You know why? Because of the backlash that they got from Doom Patrol, because it wasn't in continuity with Titans.
Man, anybody studying that shit, man. You got good programming on there, man.
Well, I heard Swamp Thing got canceled because of financial issues. They're about taxes, certain taxes.
Taxes.
Yeah,
I heard it got canceled because of creative control. That's what I heard. I heard it was boiled down. The producer was pissed. Say, this is what I want. They said, no, this is what we want. He said, well, the hell with it. I'm walking away.
That goes right back to Warner Brothers.
Yeah, that I'm telling you, they get in their car at about 3:00 in the morning when everybody else is sleeping, and they drive around the block till they can find a way to botch up whatever is good. They will seek it out.
What they need to do is find them their own version of Kevin Feige.
Yep.
Put all of that in his hands and let him guide you. I like, with the exception, I'm sorry, Larry, but with the exception of Iron Man 3, I trust everything that Kevin Feige throws at us. And partially Captain Marvel. I'm still bored as all I do is thinking about that movie. But I mean, if you find somebody That's great. That's why the other one failed because they were holding up that trash. But but if you find your own version of Kevin Feige and have somebody that is actually showing love and genuine interest in the products that they're putting out, you can have your own version of the MCU. You don't have to be the DCEU or whatever. Just go out there and make good movies and let one man go out there and put his stamp on everything instead of execs who want money, 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 money coming in there and causing you all to lose more money. You know, if you put all this money, you invest all this money into letting certain directors, certain writers, certain producers, whatever the case may be, do it. Let them show faith in them and let them do what they want to do. And then if it doesn't work, then you go somewhere else. You know what I'm saying? Don't come in. All right, well, we put $1 billion into this movie. We're gonna spend $3 billion trying to redo it. You know what I'm saying? You need to have somebody who's gonna steer the ship and steer it in the right direction. That's their problem. 'Cause they had great actors, so I'm not trying to go on a rant, but this whole
Go ahead.
you got, let's just say Batman for instance, right? You go from Ben Affleck, who in my opinion was the perfect Batman as far as the perfect mix of Bruce Wayne and Batman, right? With the exception of the lip quiver. You sign him on to write, direct, and star as Batman. And after Batman v Superman botched or whatever you want to call it, you pretty much put all this weight on him to force him to step back from directing, right? Okay, so now he don't want to write it. Then you sit here and bring out Justice League with the lip quiver and force this man to just not even want to do it anymore because of all the backlash that he's getting from the fans because WB wants to sit there and put their little 2 cents in and fuck shit up. Then you go in and bring Robert Pattinson. Can the man act? Absolutely. Does he look like Bruce Wayne Batman? No. He don't even look like the turd that be sitting in Bruce Wayne's toilet. But you want to have him as Batman. That just goes to show that WB is putting all their eggs in the basket and not trusting, and they're not trusting the process. They were trying too hard to catch up, and I think it's the dumbest shit in the fucking world. Excuse me, please don't kick us off on YouTube because of this, but it's the dumbest thing ever. Find somebody, let them run the ship and do it the way that it's supposed to be. You don't have to follow a model. Just put out good content. Al, I got you. Go ahead, brother.
Well, I just gotta say one thing. The only two things that have come out of WB recently that were good was Shazam and Mortal Kombat 11, and that's it.
And you gotta hope that they keep their damn hands off that movie when it come out. They do that right, because I'll be damned if I want to watch another Annihilation.
I guarantee you, Ed Boon will not allow them to mess this movie up after
I
they
do
did
not want to see another Annihilation.
He didn't approve of Annihilation.
Hey, animality. How you say that?
Tell me you're in a malady. Yeah. You're in a malady.
Hey, will sound like a surfer.
Right, dude. Point blank.
But yeah, this DC Universe thing is Warner Brothers really dropped the ball on this. Man.
How do you make Superman quit? How do you make Superman quit?
It wasn't even content though. Like I say, I don't think they had enough content, but the content they actually put out was good content. You know.
Well, I mean, yeah. When you got the old Batman adventure, Batman animated series, you know, the old Justice League. I mean, that's all good and well. But I'm talking about original.
But that's what I'm saying. The content they put out hadn't been bad. They didn't put out enough. I think Justice League Outsiders, it wasn't as good as the original show, but it wasn't bad. And I think like I said, Titans is good. I think the Doom Patrol has got good reviews, and Swamp Thing is good. I don't see anything wrong with what they've done. I just think I agree with you. I think it should have been probably prepared a little bit better to drop. Like they're supposed to have with a Harley Quinn cartoon getting ready to drop.
I thought they scratched that.
No, they said that they just found the Catwoman to play.
No. They scratched Deadpool cartoon. My bad. You're right.
I liken the DC universe to half wash collard green.
Huh.
and I know that's Southern as hell, but that's what I like. I'm gonna say it again for my people, for my Northerners watching this tonight. I liken the DC universe to have washed collard greens.
White gravy.
Yes, you know it could probably be good if you put in the damn work to clean them greens the way they should be cleaned. And Al know what I'm talking about because he knows somebody that done done it. That's why he laughing so hard. He knows somebody that done it.
You just broke that down, but that was a perfect analogy, man.
Hey man, it's a damn shame that this platform, and I had high hopes. Once again, and I have to sit there. This is the thing that drives me insane when it comes to Warner Brothers, is I have to sit there and I have to listen to Larry go on his thing about
Right.
Marvel,
Right.
Marvel has it together.
Right.
This has been a 20-year project.
Right.
This has been in the making for all this time, and you see how they finessed everything organically. It's been built, and then they've got the business model. You know, I have to hear about all that. And then you get to DC, and it's just like a king cuisine with a fucking box open on a Friday night, man. You know, you looking forward to the fucking brownie.
That hard ass brownie.
They ain't even put it in the damn thing, man. They ain't even put it.
You know what though? I will say this: it is a testament though to say. I mean, as far as Larry, because you know how Larry can be critical of DC, for him to say the positive things that he said about him as far as the streaming service, in spite of, you know what I'm saying?
I had it first day, man. I couldn't wait to dig into it.
I mean, hell, he pre-ordered it.
Yeah,
but
yeah,
and Al, you're right on that, because if this is so, if Larry is saying this, then that tells me that if they would put the extra mileage in, that you probably have something that would, you know, really give Disney some trouble.
The potential is there. It's just they're not following through with it.
Viewers of the show, as much hell as I give Larry, and y'all don't even see half of it because I always give him hell about being the Marvel buff. But one thing I will tell y'all about him, he does follow DC. He doesn't follow the comic books. Like Larry probably has every animated cartoon that they've made, and he's been a fan of it for so long. So he does support DC to a certain degree, and he will voice unbiased opinions when it comes to these movies and shows. I will give him credit for that. He will. So don't let all the banter and all the hell that I give him about Marvel, when he's speaking on it, he is speaking from the heart when it comes to this stuff, y'all.
So now he needs to say Iron Man 3 wasn't that bad.
It was trash. It was trash.
Garbage.
Just the Mandarin, dog. The Mandarin.
And that's what killed the whole movie.
Captain Marvel ain't there far behind.
Hey.
It was like Abomination and The Incredible Hulk.
Now you know what? That movie wasn't that bad, man.
It wasn't that bad till it got to Abomination.
Oh man, after that, man, it was an abomination after that.
Yeah, exactly. The best scene of that whole movie when he kicked him to the tree.
I was like, what is this trash? All right, so we've got one more topic on hand here before we shut it down tonight, and this is another one that I waited on. I talked about it with a guy tonight at the store. Next week is the rebirth of a classic fighting game that I cannot wait to play. Samurai Showdown is returning to glory. Al.
Damn, you done ran Larry out.
Yeah, Larry say he out of here. Larry say, shit, I gotta go pre-order this. I gotta go pre-order this. he ready to pre-order. Samurai Showdown is back next week, Al. It's been what? 10 years?
I was gonna say a decade.
Yeah, maybe 10 years, maybe even longer. Since that shit showed up with Samurai Showdown 5.
I heard y'all clowning me, man. I had to go get my laptop.
It's okay. It's
yeah,
all right.
Samurai Showdown 5, that shit show of a game. And this one here, I talked
It was
to
like
TC.
Dead or Alive.
It was trash. I talked to TC a couple of weeks ago, and TC said that they actually ran it. Now watch this now, Al. They actually ran this out at the so one of those tournaments that they have out west. and apparently, man, it stole the show.
I believe it.
Yeah, it stole the show, man. And so I think we've got another one on our hand this year. You know, last year was with Dragon Ball Z. I think this year is going to be Samurai Showdown.
I'm gonna have to wait till y'all tell me the reviews on that one because I'm so invested in MK11 right now. It don't make no sense.
Well, no, MK11 is going to be the fighter game of the year. That's no doubt. No
Like
doubt. No
that
doubt about
game,
that.
that's
Yeah,
a
no doubt about that.
masterpiece.
Yeah, no doubt about that.
Man, I got one more trophy and I'm platinum on that game, man.
Get out of here, for real.
Yeah, I just gotta finish the tutorials and I'll be platinum.
Dude, you've been putting in some work.
Yes,
You
I
been
have. I love
sleeping?
this game.
Yeah,
I
I
love that
catch
game.
myself. But yeah, Al, what's your thoughts on the Showdown being back, man? Maybe we'll get a World Heroes now if this does well.
Dude, man, I'm telling you, man, if we get a World Heroes remake, I might just buy it for all y'all. I ain't lying. Because that was one of my favorite. I mean, aside from King of Fighters, World Heroes was one of my favorite SNK fighting games. But Samurai Showdown, man, I think the last one, that Abomination, I bought on the Xbox, man. That game, so yeah. But anyway, I'm getting it. I got it on pre-order, and I'm looking forward to playing it. It comes out next Tuesday, I think. And ladies and gentlemen, if y'all haven't pre-ordered it and you're interested in doing so, SK Playmore had announced a while back that if you pre-order the game, and I haven't really figured out how this is going to work, but if you pre-order the game, you get the season pass for free. So I went ahead and pre-ordered mine. I'll be picking it up. It's a to me, man. It's a it's a good time to be a fighting game enthusiast because over the past 3 years they've dropped some really good titles, man. I mean, yeah. I mean, I'm with X. I mean, I got Days Gone, and I ain't really played Days Gone since I got it because it came out right after Mortal Kombat. So I've been grinding in the towers, and I actually played him a couple of times online, and he destroyed me. But Samurai Showdown, man, is gonna be. I think it's gonna be one of those games. I think it's gonna actually be one of the top games. A matter of fact, I believe it is gonna be featured at Evo. Evo and CEO, and I think the one having Atlanta final round. I think it's going to be there too, if I'm not mistaken. But the game looks good. It plays good. I've been watching videos online about it. Yeah, it's. I'm gonna say this, and I'm gonna leave it alone. Sometimes it's a catch-22 being an adult because you get all this stuff, and I see you laughing. X. You know exactly what I'm talking about, and you know what I'm talking about too, Matt. Because even though you are an award-winning photographer, sometimes you want to sit
I know.
get your feet up, turn on your PlayStation, and play FIFA for about 8 hours. But you know, bills.
Man, I want to go back to being a kid so bad.
FIFA. About side note, hold on. For you, FIFA 19 was a shit show. I stopped playing that after about 3 months.
This is coming from a true.
This is coming from somebody that's ranked in the world in FIFA. It's a shit show. EA, I'm not buying it this year, so don't even. I just play what I got. I just Division 2.
Y'all heard it here, folks. Folks. But I mean, as far as it goes, it's yeah. You know, these are the things that change boys to men. But sometimes, man, I want to recite that Toys R Us.
You ain't lying.
And hope that one day I wake up and I'll be 12. And I know that's in some alternate universe, but and I mean, as far as you know,
I got to give my parents all credit and respect because for them being a parent and an adult at the same time, looking at what I'm buying Junior, the stuff that they bought me, man, hey, I'm sorry. I appreciate it. I know I broke y'all. Good Lord.
but
Great day.
Yeah, you know what? Come to think of it, I'm old, y'all. I remember the first time my mom then brought the Atari 2600 home. And at the time, that sucker was like $200-$300, and they bought it from J.C. Penney at the Mega Mall. And we had Yards of Revenge and Physical Man. I don't know why I remember that, But
My sister had one, man. I remember playing Pitfall and Frogger.
Frogger.
that thing, man, compared to what's that I-9, man, is like hieroglyphics.
Yeah.
But yeah, man. I mean, as far as it goes, I'm looking forward to that Samurai Showdown, man. But I just wish I had more time. But you know, Sam don't want to hear that you want to play Samurai Showdown. So
Toys R Us called they nailed it on the head. And I don't want to grow up.
yeah, you lying.
Bro, I got games here that are unopened, bro. Hey, that's how much time I got.
Yeah.
Every day off, the wife already got something planned. So
All right,
Get home
fellas,
from work and got something planned.
it's time for our hauls. Al, you got what you pick up today, man?
Man, I ain't picked nothing up today, and everything else that I done bought over the last couple of weeks, man, I done bought already boxed. But I mean, if I had to say, well, I bought some pops this past weekend. I got little I started to call that something Little Boo.
Kid Boo.
That's a rap name, man. Lil Boo.
Actually, it is a dude named Lil Boo or something.
Lil Boo's the badass.
Not him, but it's a guy called himself Lil Boo. He got pink hair, said he was a clone and all kind of crazy
Garbage.
I got
He mumble rap.
yep,
Yeah.
Nappa, Vegeta, and then I got Kid Boo, and of course I got the last X-Men I got was 115 was the first appearance of Guardian, the leader Alpha Flight, and I just bought picked up some of my pulls from Origin. I got that Deceased 2 with the Nightmare on Elm Street cover. Flash, I'm still reading that, so I got the last 2 issues of that. Walking Dead 192 and a few other books, but yeah, that's pretty much it.
Larry, anything?
I hadn't bought anything yet, man. Will, I'm coming for you this week. So, but no, I hadn't bought anything lately.
All right, X.
As far as comics, the only ones that I have are the ones that Al picked up for me. The Walking Dead 192, Batman Who Laughs, Deceased 2, and was it another one? As far as pops are concerned, I got the Kid Boo. I got 2 of the Vegeta, which one I'm doing a little paint job on. I got a couple from the Far From Home Spider-Man. I got I found the Walgreens exclusive Nighthawk in the travel suit, and a couple other ones that I bought, but it's too many to name.
Hold
All
on,
right.
Nighthawk is in that movie.
Huh?
Nighthawk is in Far From Home.
Not Nighthawk. I'm sorry, Hawkeye.
Oh.
Hawkeye. I'm sorry.
No, you good.
All right. Well, I got a couple of books here from.
No, you
Midtown.
did. No, you did.
We'll go ahead and get this show rolling. I picked up Invincible Iron Man, Jason Scott Campbell variant.
You ain't had that already?
No, I didn't. Actually, I didn't.
Everybody don't get all the variants like you, Larry.
I was like, yeah.
You had the amalgam, the Philly amalgam.
Yeah, I got that. Oh yeah, I got 2 of those.
Okay.
Yeah, they sold out. By the way, did you ever get one?
I
Yeah.
did.
You say you did?
I got one.
Okay, yeah. They're all gone.
It's old man, but yeah, I got one.
Silver Surfer Black #1, first print variant.
For that to be so simple, it's so dope.
Yeah,
Picked up Faithless #3, the erotic cover. Will not show that on. Definitely won't show that on. Oh yeah, blocked out.
It really get us kicked off.
YouTube will demonetize the video, and it ain't even
And it ain't even monetized, right?
We'll be negative monetized.
Right.
We'll
Right.
be over them.
Amber Blake, #1, and this is the Silver Surfer Black #1 second print cover. That is hot, hot to try.
I ain't gonna lie.
Is he really that dude?
So no,
Is he like they really making him out to be?
it's pretty badass.
Yeah, by all accounts, I like what Case is doing with Venom, man. That dude he on point.
Man, he's supposed to be a god now.
So Venom,
Yeah.
something like that.
It's gonna be Carnage soon.
What?
Yeah,
Eddie Brock finna be
Absolute Carnage.
Oh yeah, you know that free comic book day book.
First appearance.
Yeah.
Attraction. Yeah.
Yep. And my big pickup for today,
Eddie Brock.
I got this is a book that's extremely scarce to come by, and this is one that I saw for a good price. I know how much it's going for on eBay, so I was like, you know what, for that price, I think I'll bite the bullet. No, you can't guess. You can't guess.
It's the Partridge Family #1. That's what it is.
It's actually it's the Bernstein Bath #1.
Toastman #2.
We Bear Bears.
Right.
This is 30 Days of Night #1. This is first print.
Look like Silent Hill.
It does like Silent Hill. That's what I thought about when I looked at it. I was like, this looks like on the Silent Hill level. This is a extremely high grade, and this book is extremely scarce to come by. So I actually ended up paying a little bit $45 for it, but I mean, for a book that I know that's worth about $400 or $500 on the bay.
You better lower your tone in that in a hotel room in New York.
All right.
No, I'm staying next to all foreigners.
They don't care. They read.
Has anybody seen the Marvel Comics Presents #4, the variant with Wolverine and Moon Knight?
What is it? Can you post a picture of it there?
I put it in the group, but it's got Wolverine and Moon Knight. It's worth like $400, and it just came out. It just came out like a month ago.
You gotta be kidding me, man.
All because of the Moon Knight supposedly being in the MCU or getting his own show.
I think it's because it's the variant must be real rare to come by. But yeah, mid grade is $100.
Good Lord.
I'm looking it up now.
It's the Bill Sienkiewicz 1 in 50 variant.
Yeah,
did you get one?
Oh no.
These are
it was probably real rare to get.
He did a lot of New Mutant stuff back in the day on that first one, like during the Demon.
I don't like his art style.
I do. It grew on me reading the New Mutants back then.
Oh, I see. Good God Almighty!
What is this?
Oh my God!
What is Marvel present? What?
Marvel Comics
Presents #4. God to mighty me. That book is expensive. Complete madness. Wow. Well, everyone, I want to say thank you for watching us tonight. Thanks for joining us. Those who hung in there, I know we're late tonight. Everybody was getting off late work tonight. I was getting back into the hotel. So we opted for a late show tonight. So this is much later than what we normally do. So if you're still hanging there with us, we want to say thank you. For those who enjoyed us tonight, stay puffed. Shout out to you, brother. Saw you in the comment section. You rolled out on us because we were late tonight. Want to say thank you once again for supporting us. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. If you hadn't already, make sure you hit that like button, smash it. Anything before we get ready to ride, fellas? Anything you want to throw out there?
Moon Knight look like Spectre on this cover.
Mark Spector.
That's what you gonna part on, man.
I had to bring DC back somehow.
Al, anything you want to say here before we roll out, man?
No, for the most part, just good to be back on the air.
Yeah, we're back.
House of X, Powers of X. You want to look out?
No, I'm just playing. I might do a House of X.
The House of Al.
You know what?
I got an apartment of X.
Yeah, the Marvel one.
He's the apartment of X.
And at Walmart for like $6.88. I'm gonna get the 4K version then.
Of what now?
That Captain Marvel. That's the first Marvel movie that's been released that I hadn't just rushed out to go get, man.
Yeah. If you don't have it, go get it. Brie Larson.
Yeah, in a couple days it'll be on Netflix. In
a couple
about a week.
Days it'll be on CBS.
Well, you saw what they do with Endgame. They say Endgame
behind Murder She Wrote.
Before the Equalizer.
the first release to put on Blu-ray and 4K before it goes to streaming.
What, Endgame?
Yep, they said they're gonna release Endgame on physical before they put it on streaming.
They do that with all the other ones.
They all
Oh, you talking about the digital content? I got you. I got you.
They're supposed to be releasing it in the theater with new footage. Anybody?
They talking about it's a 6-minute long post credit scene. Basically,
they're looking for
They're
trying
trying
to get that Avatar.
one. Yeah, and they're not sure about it though. They said that's why they're doing it.
And they're not that far away.
But see, this thing though, y'all, if you think about it, what difference does it make? Because they own both properties now.
Right.
You know?
Right. Right.
Exactly.
Just to shut Cameron up.
Yeah.
That's literally why they're doing it. Just to, hey, here you go, James. Shut up. Bring out your next 5 Avatar movies.
That's crazy though, man. He had the #1 and #2 movie for a long time though, bro.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah,
he did.
All right, so our plan for next month is we will be at the Atlanta Comic Con, so we're going to actually pre-tape our next show. So we'll upload that one. So we're going to pre-tape our next show at the Atlanta Comic Con. If you are in Atlanta and you want to see us, make sure you come out. We'll be there. We'll be somewhere nearby recording, so you'd be more than welcome to come out and give us, a shout out, what have you, shake some hands. Last year we bumped into somebody that knew us.
Don't be a creep.
Yep, please don't do that. Please don't do that.
Please don't walk up on 5 to 6 black men, real mysterious like.
Yeah, because we're gonna have some muscle with us.
We'll be there Saturday.
Yeah, we're gonna be there Saturday.
We'll be there on Saturday.
Hey, if y'all see me geeking out, like turning to a complete girl, it's because I done got the autograph from Kevin Conroy. All right, y'all overlook that. All right, that's my Batman.
I like the guy from the current animated series. What's his name?
O'Mara.
Yeah, I like him.
You like him because he in Marvel's Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
I like the way they draw that Batman too.
Way to bring it back to Marvel.
All right. Well, for everyone here on the panel, we want to say have a great night, happy shopping, dig in those loan boxes, and we will see you all next month. Have a good night.